Well, welcome to the Rokani Media Football, 3rd of January 2025. We're here to obviously bring you Arsenal want to pursue Nico Williams. And we're going to be talking Pep Guardiola. And then we are obviously going to be discussing a player that is impressing very many Arsenal fans. And he goes by the names of... he goes by the names of Mikel Merino. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see to it that all really goes on well as planned. And I was looking through this channel and I think we made it guys, because I think we now have 24,000 subscribers, and that is really great. And we are calling in for what you people are supposed to be putting into to obviously get to 24,100 subscribers, so let's obviously get to that, and the rest is really gonna be history in here. And remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And if at all you need a used phone and a used laptop from the United Kingdom, call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and that is Mono Gadgets for you. So after that, even if you need an affordable smartwatch, you can as well contact them onto that number, and you will thank me later that I'm going to give you the best deal of the day or the beginning of the new year. So that is Mono Gadgets for you. Nico Williams is one of those players that Arsenal has been really looking at for a very long period of time, and in the due course of the summer, Arsenal was interested. And with Bukayo Saka being injured, links to him as a player of Atletico Bilbao to the club of Arsenal has obviously gone ahead, increase in here for you. And this is what we really had to get from Steve K. He told us that understand Arsenal remain in pursuit of Atletico Bilbao star Nico Williams. Talks ongoing with his representatives, with the Gunners ready to move swiftly. The Spanish international has a 58 million euro release clause. So Nico Williams is one of those players that Arsenal is really wanting to sign and bring in through the club of Arsenal. And I told you that he can play as a left forward, he can play as a right forward. And that's what makes him a special kind of player for Arsenal to obviously go in for him, because they know he can do the Bukayo Saka role. He can obviously come in through and do something onto the left that very many people really think Martinelli and Trossard can really do. But he excited very many Arsenal fans during the Euros, when he obviously came up and put in a very beautiful shift in there for you. So as it stands, he is really doing the due diligence as a player for the club of Atletico Bilbao, and this season hasn't gone well for him so far, because he has come up and played 17 games. He has 1 goal and 3 assists. That is Nico Williams for you. In the UEFA Europa League, he has played 6 games and 1 goal. That is Nico Williams for you. 22 years of age, and he's going to be making 23 in the July of this year. So when you look at Nico Williams, he's a player that is highly demanded by very many teams, and I think every elite team is really willing to sign him. And remember, Barcelona were one of those teams that were willing to sign the player, but you all know why everything went ahead, obviously not go through, because one, Barcelona never had the money like in cash, and the terms and conditions for them to pay that amount of money were not appreciated. That's why they went in for Dani Olmo, a player that's why they went in for Dani Olmo. His former team RB Leipzig was willing to obviously dance to the tunes of Barcelona in as far as payment is really concerned. They only paid, I think, 15, and I think that 45 were obviously gonna coming in through latest. But this was a release clause that's supposed to be triggered, and if I told you are coming in for a player who has a release clause of 58 million euros, all you have to do is to go ahead and obviously trigger it. There are no negotiations about a release clause. That is it. There are no negotiations. And if it ever goes that side, I tell you, You just have to come in through and obviously pay that amount of money and take the player. And this is what makes it easy. And the only negotiations that Arsenal are supposed to obviously go through are to negotiate with the player, not with the team. And that's why they are being told us that Arsenal are talking to Nico Williams representatives, with the Gunners ready to make a swift move. Because if you're Arsenal, this is the only time that you feel you are close to winning a trophy. I tell you. I told you that if Arsenal wins against Brentford, and they did win 3-1, cutters of Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli, and Mikel Merino, Arsenal will have to play tomorrow against Brighton. The match preview is going to be coming up early in the morning, right? They'll have to play against Brighton away. If they beat Brighton, Arsenal will go to 42 points. When Arsenal will be at 42 points, they will be 3 points behind Liverpool. And remember, Liverpool on Sunday, they're going to be hosting Manchester United. And never say never, because it's a rivalry and United might wake up and obviously put in a very huge shift altogether. So I want to confirm to you that the club of the club of Arsenal has the best chance ever to win the trophy if you've been following up these things. And I tell you, it's really very, very, very possible. But to make it very clear for everyone, all they have to do is to obviously see themselves getting in reinforcements. And I've always told you that they need a wide forward to obviously come up and obviously take off Bukayo Saka's luggage or that burden, because Saka has been doing a lot this season. He has, I think, 7 goals and some 10 plus assists in the Premier League. That is really quite great of the player. And it said he might return in March. So, if he's going to be out for January and February, even if he returns in March, you don't expect him to obviously hit the ground running. You just have to understand that they need some players in. And they're really working about it. And this is the most open season for them to win the trophy. I think Arsenal has better players than Liverpool, and they are more hungry than Liverpool, and all they have to do is obviously go on the run they did last year. Last year, from January to May in the Premier League, they I think they drew with Liverpool, and they lost to Aston Villa. I think that's it. They only dropped, I think, was it 5 points? And right now they're having 39, meaning that they're left with 19 games to play. 19 times 3, that is 57 points. So, 57, you add them to 39, that is 96. Now take off 6, meaning that they can obviously find themselves hitting that magic number of... They can find themselves hitting that magic number of how many? Of 90 points. And you know, when you're really at 90, I think you can obviously be into the title bracket. So I think that's why Arsenal need to get in players. And they are really holding negotiations with the representatives of Nico Williams to see to it that they obviously agree on the salary and so on and so forth. Because Barcelona, that was close to signing the player, they couldn't sign him, and there is no assurance from Barcelona that in the summer they'll be able to obviously sign Nico Williams. And I think if you are Arsenal, this is the best time and moment to obviously go ahead and obviously say, please, let's obviously take this player. Let's take this player. You know, let's take this player and really take him to, let's take him out of Atletico Bilbao before Barcelona really goes ahead to strengthen their ties with Nico Williams. So that is why Arsenal is going in for this player, and a lot is really being worked on with the side of Atletico Bilbao to get in Nico Williams. And I know he's really a very brilliant player that everyone is really going to be looking at. Now, tomorrow, Man City is going to be hosting West Ham. And Man City went back to winning ways after they beat Leicester by 2-0. And the side of West Ham lost to Liverpool by 5-0. So, They are going to be facing one another, and I think it's West Ham hosting the side of Man City. Sorry, it's Man City hosting West Ham, and this is the last game that Man City played last season, and they beat West Ham by, I think, was it by 3-1 or 2-1? And very many Arsenal fans were blowing their pinky finger in asking for this team to obviously see to it that City drops points, or 1 or 2, or 2 or 3, for them to win the trophy, and it never really came to pass. But all in all, the side of West Ham is also struggling, and Lopetegui has come out and obviously spoken something about this game of football, and this is what he had to say. Man City are one of the best teams in the world. You can talk about recent weeks, but I know the quality of team we are going to face. They are very good, with very good players, a top coach with the same ideas for a long time. A very demanding match. Obviously, all what Man City are needing is to come up and obviously get 3 points, and if they can really get like 2, 3, 4, 5 wins consecutively, I think they'll get back to their winning momentum. However good players you have, if you are fond of not using your chances and obviously winning your games, I tell you, your confidence goes down. You understand? Your confidence goes down. Your confidence goes down. So, as it stands right now, he's like, it's going to be a very demanding match. And we all understand that they're going to be playing at Etihad, and they'll have to put in a very big shift. So, as it stands, the side of West Ham are really going on a disadvantaged side, because City is at home. It would have been a little bit easier game if at all they are playing at the London Stadium, but they are playing away from home. And them playing away from home just sends you a message that City is one of those sides that are going to obviously make their homes a killing zone. You understand? It is one of the kill zones that they really use. And City knows to it that if they are to obviously go ahead and really compete for the trophy, because we may believe they're still in the title race, unless otherwise they continue losing games, they're supposed to obviously beat teams like West Ham and beat them hands down. So, as it stands, we are waiting to see how that game is really going to be going down, but City is coming this game of football with a big boost of Ederson getting back. So, we wait and see how that game is really going to be played, and City are really playing before Arsenal, right? City is playing at 18 hours, and Arsenal will be playing at 20, 30 hours. That is it. And City comes into this game of football and they know to it that they need to obviously close down. Even if it comes to be even if it's the top 4, they need to obviously come up and close down, because the table shows you that Liverpool is having 45 points, Arsenal is having 39, Nottingham is having 37, Chelsea is having 35, and Newcastle is having 32, City is having 31, meaning that City is 4 points off the 4th position of the league. You understand? And the beauty they are really having is Erling Haaland got back to scoring ways after a long while. And as we speak right now, he's 3 goals behind Mohamed Salah. Salah is having 17 goals in the Premier League, and Erling Haaland is having 14 goals. And Alexander Isak comes next into that game of football. And Salah tops the assists, having 13. Saka is having 10. So that's how everything is really panning out at the club of Man City. And I know they're really ready for this game, and they're really good to go to really bag in these points at the Etihad Stadium. Now, let's get to Mikel Merino. After scoring against the side of Brentford, because he gave Arsenal the first lead of the game after Jesus scored in the first half. In the 50th minute, Mikel Merino went ahead to obviously make it to 1 for the club of Arsenal. And then, 3 minutes later, Martinelli made it 3-1. Now, he went on Instagram and said, first day of the year, first win and first goal of 2025. What a way of starting. Huge team win in a tough stadium. Come on, you Gunners. unbelievable support one more time. Happy New Year, you Gunners. So that's what we've been told by Mikel Merino, one of those players that has come up and obviously made a very huge statement into the Premier League. People have come up and obviously had something to say about his pace, that he's a slow player. But I've already told you that the best principle of any player in modern football is all about him being a press-resistant player and not losing the ball. Ball retention is the biggest principle of the modern game. Don't lose the game. However, don't lose the ball. However slow you are, don't lose possession. You understand? And he has come up and obviously been a very important player. And in 2024-2025, he has played 12 games, scored 2 goals and having 0 assists into the league of the Premier League. And Mikel Merino, I tell you, he is one of those players that is proving very many wrong, who came out and said he never desired obviously coming through and really be at the club of Arsenal. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Arsenal. Nico Williams to Arsenal negotiations. Comments, what do you make about that? Pep Guardiola facing Lopetegui, and that is West Ham, and obviously Mikel Merino celebrating his first win and goal in the season of 2020, or in the calendar year of 2025. I sign out for now. See you later, and we are returning with more news and information. Bye bye.